We're playing against Witty right now. This is a request for by Aratas Lol, and he has asked to have a demonstrative game of Orc versus Undead, playing with the Farseer. Sorry for the kicks, guys. It's just an anti-lag precaution. I apologize. Yeah, he has requested a Farseer demonstration. So I'm going to do my best to show how I would play with Farseer against Undead. He mentioned that he knows he shouldn't... Oh, there you are, Aditas. You mentioned that you shouldn't be struggling against Undead, at least from what you believe, because people generally say Orc beats Undead. So you felt a little embarrassed saying that you are struggling in Orc versus Undead. But it's definitely not a struggle, because we found out... It's definitely not embarrassing. We found out that you play Farseer and not Blade, so you don't have an easy counter to Frost Armor, and that can be a really big threat. So I brought up to you last week that you should be playing early expansions in order to circumvent Farseer's obsolescence in the late game. Destroyers, high Undead hero levels, and Frost Armor can make Farseer play really tough as the game goes on. That's why, although the Undead is probably going to be more efficient than you in any random team fight, what you need to gain is more gold. Therefore, you can afford to be less efficient because you've got more gold. Or you make sure that they have less gold by killing their acolytes. One of these two must happen. Unless the Undead is bad and you just get Farseer 3, then Shadow, and you just end up killing them over and over because they're leaving their base. But let's try not to rely on Undeads being bad, and instead coming up with the one of two ways that Farseer can beat Undead, which is removing their economy or buffing your own. So we're gonna always start with a game plan that enables us to do either one or both. We're gonna both harass their economy, as well as preparing our own economy buff. And it's okay to tank damage on Farseer. There is gonna be a DK harass, so we don't want to drop under 200 life, otherwise coil becomes a threat. So you just do like this. We want to kill the acolyte, that's why we're creeping with fewer wolves. One more hit and we can resummon wolves. We're gonna tech, and then we're gonna wait here for one heal solve. Don't exaggerate, don't get clarity yet. Just one heal solve, healed on Farseer. We're gonna stay around. We're gonna go attack some skeletons, keep our heal solve alive. Again, I'm trying to play it roughly in a reproducible way. Nothing too crazy. Not overextending too many different things at the same time. Just something that you can do as well. Third grunt. Now, what we do need is Chain Lightning. Okay, we now know he has Nerubian Tower and a second Ziggurat. We've seen DK harass into Graveyard, so he's doing that fast tier 3. Very fast tier 3 with very few Crypt Fiends. We're gonna get a Staff of Teleport. Wolves. We're gonna endeavor to get level 2. And we'll just keep our grunts near to home while getting level 2 with our Farseer. Right here.
Master, something you're doing? Yes. What do you want? Gobble. Master, I can do that. What do you want?
Okay, we're level 2. We then send our Farseer to his base.
What do you want?
We make a third burrow and we send one peon to the expansion.
We're under attack.
We're gonna walk at his acolytes, proccing the slow with illusion if possible. This is meant to be a fail-safe, guaranteed result.
Strike. We're under attack.
And then we're gonna staff to the peon. And then we're gonna expand.
want?
So like you force them home, and then you get the creep on the expansion, and there's no way they can harass you because you do it that way. This will work often. You need that staff, you need level 2, your grunts stay near the expansion, and you expand. Then you get Shadow Hunter, because it's better early game, and this is all about making your early game work.
My eyes are open.
Yes. What
Your early game needs to be reliable, needs to work 10 out of 10 times, and this will. His DK must come home to defend the harass, we get War Mill. His DK must come home to defend the harass, and then you can expand. Especially when they go early DK like this, they don't have a lot of units early. Then we're just going to scout with Illusion, see is he going to tier 3, yes or no. We're going to get Berserker Strength. He is still on Halls of the Dead with Slaughterhouse, so we're considering maybe he's going to do a timing on our and its second Lich. Maybe he's going to do a timing on our expansion. Maybe he suspects something. 3 Crypt Fiends. That's quite a bit. And Slaughterhouse finished before he even finishes his tech. So we think he's going to do a timing. Raider. If he wanted to counter us with Destroyers, he would have done so with very fast Destroyers and only 2 Crypt Fiends. We're going to make 1 extra peon at this time. We know we're going to need it soon. We're also going to use this tanking illusion to check for an attack. If he arrives at our expansion now, he will cancel it. We don't want that to happen. Headhunter, Clarity. Heal Solve. Clarity. He is going to tier 3 now, so I'm sensing a little bit of mixed signals. Expansion is finished, so we're going to bring 4 peons from the main. That's more so okay as well because we've also made that 1 extra peon. That's why we can send 4 over right away. The reason it's nice to send over 4 immediately is because it spikes our income immediately. So we don't have to wait for it to pay off. Producing at your expansion takes too long. We're gonna try to snipe the Ogre Mage, use 1 Wolf to keep him at bay and scout. We're gonna get Dust here and an Invul as well. Ah, there's the Invul. Kodo Beast. A fight now is okay because it's pre-destroyers, so we're just gonna be aggressive. We're gonna make 1 burrow here.
Watch out.
Yes.
My eyes are open.
Luckily we have Dust, very important for these potential timings. Just keep making units during this is almost more important than microing. One extra peon here, 1 extra peon here. Put it in gold, take a gold peon, make a shop, send it to lumber. Anytime you want, you can just go back to get extra clarities and a speed scroll. You can make armor upgrades, creep something else. Clarity on Shadow as well. Do not go tier 3, you don't have time for it. Let your Shadow get level 3. Keep making Kodos and Headhunters. Don't be afraid to go over 50. one heal scroll, though invuls are more important.
Yes, chieftain.
Get one on both.
You're mine.
He has... This is his all-in.
Yes. What you must. I can do that. We're under attack. Say the word. We need more gold.
It is. My eyes
Just keep making units.
my eyes
What you want?
Heal scroll used.
Master.
be my next big death. Yes.
We're not enough time.
Focus the destroyer is important. I just hexed him so that he can't dust, since I currently don't have a dust to solve anything. Remember to remake that shop. You can make another burrow. And then just go back. He's gonna try and kite. It's his best way to try and counter now. Just staff back to the shop again. 2 clarities. Speed scroll. And then once your burrow finishes, you can buy more mercenaries. And it should pretty much be it. One thing you can do is check if he has an expansion. The way he morphed those 2 Destros, I know he cannot possibly have an expansion at this time. Before that he had Orb of Corruption. Then he had 2 destroyers. His army kept growing. He couldn't have afforded an expansion. But just in case you misestimate, check anyway.
We're under attack. Yes, chieftain.
Gonna go back to get another clarity. I like getting a second armor upgrade. Most people don't do it. They get ranged upgrade or something.
We're under attack.
My eyes are open. It be a pleasure seeing is believing. Who'll be my next big death? Right. Destiny, wait do I kill us?
Yes,
And there we go. Now another raider would be great. Just scout around with some wolves. You don't want to get flanked. His best bet is probably being very aggressive on creeping. In theory, if he gets all the big creeps and I get nothing, and he gets level 5-5 and I stay at 3-3, he could still win. And don't let him snipe your heroes.
yes, chieftain.
Watch out.
Or creep jack you. So you use the wolves not for tanking, but for scouting.
Direct my blade.
Yes, we're under attack. Research complete. What you want?
Direct my blade. We are
Yes, chieftain. Inventory is full.
direct my blade.
What you want me going?
Now you can get a ranged upgrade. We should have probably featured in fortified defenses somewhere, but oh well.
What you want me do?
You can get troll regen, 1 more peon. You can do a tower. Queue up fortified defenses.
Yes, chieftain. We're under attack. Something.
We're very low on Shadow Hunter mana, so that's not a great idea.
Need something.
We are eating my eyes.
Need something.
Oh, you still had a peon there, lol.
Direct my blade.
Yes, chieftain. Research complete. Say the word. Yes, chieftain.
Eyes are
Work complete. Need something.
Good fight by him, good position. When you summon wolves against undead, always split them instantly. So that they miss the snare. And then you've got Spirit Wolves level 3, and that's it. We have good upgrades, expansion, and he's forced to attack, so you always fight in a pretty decent position, as long as you scout well. Hope you found it useful, Aditas lol, and thanks for the request.
Work complete.
And thank you very much, Witty, for matching versus me. This was super helpful. I'm glad. Do you play Tauren hero? So for forcing early expansion, generally I like Shadow more because of the healing. And also Hex is a great way to force TP, which buys more time, which gets me double economy more.
Ready to serve, my lord.
BM first, second hero of your choice. Max out bears and hawks.
Ah, that takes away my hope that it was Blade Master. Stoned Enigma. Beastmaster first. Max, Bear and Hawk skills. Got it. Second hero anything. Thank you very much. Who has a stronger teamfight presence at level 6? Blade Master or Demon Hunter? Demon Hunter is a better tank and denies mana. But Blade Master is also a very, very good tank, especially with Spirit Link. And he does more damage. Blade Storm does more damage in the 7 seconds, but Metamorphosis overall is far more likely to turn a fight than Blade Storm. Overall, if you had to choose Metamorphosis Demon Hunter or a Blade with 1 Blade Storm, Demon is a better teamfight presence. But Blade offers map control in a level that Demon doesn't, so therefore it makes sense that Demon is better in teamfight, if it's balanced. Hello, and hope you enjoyed that video here on YouTube. Everything was played on Twitch, and speaking of which, Twitch chat has a message for you. Here we go. Please consider subscribing to the channel, then you'll know when next we go live with another video on YouTube. Make sure to turn on your notification settings for this channel as well. Thank you very much for the support.